Hello there, I'm Scotty, you're not. Welcome to the official start of Thanksgiving week. Yes, this was unadvertised, I did not promote this, and that is because I didn't know whether or not I was going to do this. I took a break yesterday, Saturday, I decided to take a break. You know what I mean? And I had a wonderful day without having to review anything, it was fun. But I had thought of doing this before I decided to pre-record for December. Being as I have the perfect chance to do it, I might as well do it. So I'm recording this on the Sunday before the week officially starts. So all of these are going to be not only retro rewinds, but they're all Friends episodes because I was too lazy. I was too lazy to try to find other episodes of Thanksgiving. Only other one I knew was Two Guys and a Girl, which is a pretty good Thanksgiving episode, and if I think about it, I may throw it on as a bonus for Thanksgiving itself, but I'm doing these first and foremost, okay? So we got the Thanksgiving episodes, and luckily, there are 7. They were done. Where's the paper? I wrote on this paper here. It has a lot of, not that, that's something else. There's a lot of stuff on it. But I have a list of the episodes here. The seasons that have Thanksgiving episodes are season 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Alright, man. Moment, Another thing that kind of messed me up is yesterday I was going to record some video game stuff. It was 2K16. I was doing a Royal Rumble. It was going to be kind of funny. I may do video games. I'm not going to tell you what it is once I get a new tripod. Yeah, so the day I recorded, everything went to shit that day, by the way, was the day, Crown Jewel. This chair is so freaking squeaky. Crown Jewel day. I went to record that, and the tripod just broke off. So I duct taped it, and it was working. And then when I went to record the video game thing, my phone kept slipping out. So I gotta get a new tripod again. I just bought that one like a month or two ago. Jesus Christ. And you know what? I could blame Big LT because he's the last one that used that tripod before we did those food reviews. And then I go to use it and it breaks off. So I'm not gonna be that mean. But anyway, I am 3 minutes in. I get to talk about the episode du jour, and we are talking about the first Thanksgiving episode, which is of course in the first season of Friends, entitled "The One Where Underdog Got Away." And so I went a little bit into the next episode. I gotta point this. This is the first time I've watched Friends since Matthew Perry passed away. Okay, first time. And I'm just blown away by how funny he is in this episode, that there's just so much to go over that just and it's the first time I've watched Friends. Like, I tried to get it hooked up on the Roku, on the Spectrum app, so I could watch it on Spectrum in my new bedroom, which is the bathroom. That's the explanation all in itself. Is I'm sleeping in the bathroom. No, it's not comfortable at all. But anyway, I couldn't get it to work, so I just haven't watched it. So I knew going into doing this, that it was going to bring up some emotions. But, and I swear I didn't do this on purpose, I'm going to show you a screenshot quick. So I paused the video. I went to the next episode. I paused the video when I was ready. I paused the Blu-ray when I was ready to start recording this. And no shit, this is where it paused on. Yeah. I wasn't even looking when I paused it. I just pushed pause, and then I looked up and realized that it was on Matthew Perry. So, that's what you can call a coincidence. So, in this episode, it's the first Thanksgiving episode, and the Gellers, that is Jack and whatever the mom's name was, Judy? I don't know. The mom and dad. They're not going to be around for Thanksgiving, which, of course, Ross... Did anyone ever consider that Ross might be on the spectrum? Because the way he, goes off on Monica here, where she's like, "Well, Mom and Dad aren't going to be around for Thanksgiving," and he's like, she's like, they're going to be out of town for Thanksgiving. And he's like, "No, they're not." "Yes, they are." "No, they're not." That whole, and it could be a brother arguing with his sister, but yeah. So Monica decides she's going to hold Thanksgiving, which is at this point just for her and Ross, right? And Chandler might be there, but he's not a fan of Thanksgiving for reasons we'll get into later in this episode. But then other things happen. She invites Phoebe because her grandmother and her boyfriend aren't celebrating Thanksgiving until some other time. I don't remember exactly what she said, but yeah, stupid chair squeaking. So she's gonna be there too. So it's 3, and Ross keeps reiterating over and over again, you have to make the potatoes lumpy. Lump them into potatoes. And she's like, they're not supposed to be lumpy. And he just looks at her. Fine, they'll have lumps. Lumps in the potatoes. But Joey gets roped in because, So I didn't realize that so many things in this episode, like the whole Joey's gonna be signed up to be a model for this poster where they do where they do like diseases and stuff, and like if he wasn't ready for the repercussions of this, I don't know why he signed up, but it turns out he has VD, a venereal disease, if you don't know what that means. Or the poster says VD. He doesn't actually have it, but the poster says VD. And of course, this stops him from going to his Thanksgiving because his whole family thinks he has it. And he's hitting on this girl in the subway. And it's pretty nice that, hey, just getting hot and heavy. And then she stands up, she sees the poster, and is like, you know what, I have to go do anything else. He sees the poster, and it's like, there's a gag later in the episode. But yeah, now that's 4 for Thanksgiving. Minus Rachel, who is trying, everyone but Rachel, basically. Rachel is trying to get to Aspen so they can shoot with her family because they go skiing every year. However, this is the first year because she's kind of said nerds to her family, right? She's going to do things on her own. She has to come up with the money on her own, and it's very expensive. So everyone pitches in and gives her this money to buy a ticket, right? Everything hits the fan, though, when Underdog gets away, which is the title of the episode, yes. But before I get into that, the B plot has Ross talking to his unborn child through the mother's belly, or trying to, which I did do a little bit with my son when he was in my ex's belly. So yes, but it just he starts singing the Monkees song, and she's like, "Hey, I'm your daddy. I'm the one without any breasts," which I kind of like. But yeah, so that's the subplot, the B plot, and it ends with the baby kicking. So there's that. But excuse me, I don't mean to clear my throat so much. It happens. So yeah, the plot, they're all there, and so Monica ends up having to make 3 different kinds of potatoes. Okay? You gotta have the ones with the lumps, right? And then Joey argues for tater tots, which, I love mashed potatoes, but I want to argue that tater tots should replace mashed potatoes as an official Thanksgiving food. I'm saying it's much better. My mom wouldn't like that because she's not a fan of tater tots, but you know what? Everyone else in the family is, so. Tater tots. I love tater tots. My son loves tater tots. My stepdad loves tater tots. She's the only one that's not really a fan of tater tots unless you're on a tater tot hot dish. I said tater tot a lot. But yeah, he's like, oh, you get a bit of turkey, a little cranberry sauce, and a tot. That's how he said to it, a tot. So yeah, but okay, there'll be two different potatoes will be prepared two ways, with lumps and as tots. But then Phoebe has pureed the potatoes so they can put peas and onions in it. Now, peas and mashed potatoes, that works. Onions, I don't know. But, like, then Monica freaks out. She's like, no, you gotta have lumps, And so now there's gonna be three different potatoes. Here's the thing. Wouldn't she have heard when the food processor or the mixer was turned on? She would have stopped it then. There's inconsistencies. Now there's gonna be three different potatoes. Keep in mind, she says this. Now there's gonna be three different potatoes. Just before, when Chandler comes running back down, it says, I love this line now. He's like, Underdog just got away. And Joey's like, the balloon? He goes, no. The actual Underdog. Of course the balloon. I always love when he's like, no. You know, when he reacts and he's like, no. I love that. I do that sometimes too. No. But yeah. And so they all run up with Monica say, got the keys? And, you know, Rachel thinks she's going to miss her flight, but she's like, oh, okay. Here's the issue. They have never and will never lock the doors. This is the one episode that comes up in. And they were never locked before, never locked after. And doors do not work this way. You cannot just run out your apartment and shut the door and it'll lock behind you. That's not how it works. You have to lock it from the inside or the outside. It doesn't automatically lock. Apartment doors do not automatically lock. So them getting locked out makes no sense. It just doesn't make any sense. This has always bugged me because they never locked the door to begin with, and so this doesn't make any sense. Also, doors are not automatically locked like that. I've never met an apartment door that just locks automatically. You have to bring the key with you everywhere you go, because it's just confusing. By the way, before this, we get the explanation of why Chandler does not like Thanksgiving, because he's getting things for grilled cheese and tomato soup and stuff like that. It turns out that one Thanksgiving very, very long ago, Turkey Mr. Chandler, we'll find out about that more in a later episode. But yeah, that is it. Turkey Mr. Chandler. But this is the time that they finished the dinner, he's got a mouthful of pumpkin pie, and this is the time that his parents decide to drop they're getting a divorce. So he threw up the pumpkin pie. Yeah, and so he's never liked Thanksgiving, and I don't blame him. You know, that's the sort of thing where, like, why don't you wait till the next day? You know, why bring it up at Thanksgiving? Why do that? You know, it's just, you know, I don't know, but yeah, so that happens. So they get locked out, which I said, once again, I will say, reiterate, would not happen. I'm just saying. And here is the kicker. Well, no, because Joey does unlock his door. Again, those doors are not locked for the rest of the series or before this, so I don't know. But, so it takes too long. Eventually, Monica breaks down. And one of those moments where Courtney Cox just starts to break down so much you can't understand the damn thing she's saying. Like, there's one blooper where she gets so hysterical. It's the one in Barbados where she has the poofy hair and she starts just saying something and she gets so hysterical and it's not audible words. And Matthew Perry's just like, what? Because you can't understand what she said, but here he's like, man, calm down. Only dogs can hear you now. Then they get the door unlocked. Everything is burnt, including all three versions of potatoes, which shouldn't be because she only had 2 potatoes prepared before they left. Sorry, I noticed things. Okay, ADHD up my ass. Okay, she only just decided to do 3. When they had to go up. She hadn't even started preparing the 3rd potato yet. So, in theory, they could still do Ross's potatoes. Everyone else is coming in, you know. But, nah. And then you have Ross coming in and it doesn't smell like Mom's after his little adventure. He's not there for any of this, you know. Which you could argue he he should have been, you know, because his part would just be whining about, this is not how Mom's went, this is not how Mom's went, and the one line reading when he comes in, this is like Mom's, kind of works, you know, but, yeah, so, I almost called her Jennifer. Rachel missed her flight, and everyone is stuck there, and then this is where it all breaks down, because, what is it? I don't know who's Rachel, or I think it's Rachel that says that this was no one's first choice. She's like, oh, really? Then why am I busting my ass to do all this for you? 3 different potatoes, all that stuff. And it sort of just breaks down until the unsung hero of Friends, ugly naked guy, comes to the rescue. Yes, this naked guy who we never really see. We see from behind, I think, when Ross first tried to get his apartment. But ugly naked guy, the often across the street neighbor of theirs, who was often naked in his apartment. And after all these years, I'm wondering why he didn't close the damn blinds. I mean, when I like, if I'm gonna be in my underwear, I close the blinds, man. There's a hotel over there, kids are around. I'm not weird like that. So if I know I'm gonna be in my underwear, like if I'm getting dressed, I'm not near the windows, period. But like, I wake up in the morning, usually I'm just in my underwear. Sometimes I'll have a shirt, mostly a shirt sometimes. No. Most of the time I'll have a shirt on with the underwear, but still, you know, just saying, close your blinds. But he's naked, right? And then they're like, oh, look, guys, the naked guy is taking out his turkey. And they're like, Oh, and he's not alone. There's an ugly naked gal. They're like, well, it's nice he got someone. And they look at each other. And I'm going to point out here that Monica and Chandler look at each other here. Sign of times to come. Who knows? I don't think they had it in their mind from the very beginning. But I'm just pointing out that Monica and Chandler look at each other. Okay? Just saying. But yes, and then it ends with them, a joke where Chandler's like, okay, should I carve? And he's cutting grilled cheese sandwiches. He goes, okay, who wants light meat and who wants dark meat? And I think it's Ross who says, I'm never going to ask about the dark meat. I'm sorry, I messed up the joke. He says, who wants light cheese and who wants dark cheese? It's cheese. Because you're used to saying meat. Who wants light cheese and who wants dark cheese? And Ross says, I'm not going to ask about the dark cheese. Here's the thing. You get a crispy burnt cheese, and it is delicious. Especially if it's American. Like, if you... Like, here's one time what happened, okay? I like to put extra cheese on my pizzas, right? I didn't have any shredded cheese. So I put some American cheese. And instead of spreading it out like I do now, this was when I hadn't learned my lesson yet, and I put just the slices in 4s and then broke ones in half on the sides and stuff. And it got a little brownish black. But it was still good. I'm sorry, but not burnt, but like darkened cheese, especially American cheese, is good. I'm just saying. And the Blu-ray players went up. Anyway, this episode is a good one. It's one of the more memorable holiday specials. And we're gonna, holidays as in like Christmas, New Year's. They do say, here's to a terrible Thanksgiving and a crappy a bad Christmas and a crappy New Year or something like that. Even worse Christmas than a crappy New Year. Excuse me. But, yeah, I do recommend it. This is a fun episode to watch. And I'm going to go on to the next one now. So, what are your thoughts on this episode? Let me comment, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.